left a really emotional, really heartbroken group of seniors, football team, but the focus today, because of the finality of the situation, is really with that senior class in the locker room. We're disappointed. We didn't get it done. At times during the game we played well. 46-41 game, back and forth, took the lead. Lost the lead in the fourth quarter, took the lead back in the fourth quarter. A lot of tremendous efforts out there. A lot of credit to Maryland, the coaches and players alike. We knew it would be a tremendous challenge to be 1-0 today against them. They've got a talented football team. And we're disappointed we didn't get it done today. And I'm disappointed for that group of seniors that this is their last game together. Questions?
Coach, what did they do offensively in the second half that really gave you guys problems?
They did a good job running the football. I mean, they run the ball for 400 yards. They mixed in some quarterback runs, a little bit of option. Explosive play by 45. I mean, he did that to us last year too, Ross. He's a good player. So, we looked out on the field at one point, and I saw Jarius out there as a true freshman. I saw John Baddicky out there as a true freshman. And I saw Najee Clayton out there as a true freshman. And then I saw an 81-yard touchdown. And it's hard on those guys. And I'm certainly not putting the blame on them. That is not where it goes. It's just really hard for true freshmen when you get them out there in those kind of numbers in Division I football. So, for those guys, it'll be an experience they can build on. But as I've told you, sometimes when you put freshmen out on the field, some interesting things happen.
Kyle, has there been any clarification from the university about your status as coach?
I haven't spoken to anybody in the university yet. Nobody's given me any indication that I wouldn't be the football coach. I get those questions, Steve, and I think the shame of those type of questions is they lead other people to believe that there's some question about it. And to my knowledge, there's no question about it. I'm the head football coach. I've been here for 4 years now. We've won the only conference championship in the history of this program. We've won the only Lambert Cup in the history of this program. And we've gone to 3 bowl games in 4 years. And I fully expect to be the head coach here for a long time.
What do you make of the meeting between Julie and President Barty tomorrow?
I don't make anything of it. It's not something that I've been made aware of, and it's really not something that I'm involved in.
Coach, you had leads of 17 and 21 in the first half. Was it just the running game that allowed them to crawl back into it? Is there anything you can point to?
Yeah, we've proven on the other side of this that there's really very few leads in college football are safe. We've been on the other side of a couple of these games, and when we came in at halftime, I told the offense we need to continue to be aggressive. I felt like we were going to need more points, and we came out in the second half and unfortunately turned the ball over on the first play. That's not the reason. That's just part of the story. But when you get leads in college football, you got to keep playing, because we've proven that we can come back. We've done it twice in the last year and a game. That we can come back from 25-point deficits, and I had no doubt that Maryland had enough firepower to do it.
Kyle, you said the questions kind of fuel speculation, but so don't you think it would help if someone came out publicly and said Kyle's going to be here? End the speculation, no?
I don't feel that way. I mean, does your editor come out every day and say Dan Duggan's going to continue to work for NJ.com? No. So again, I'm the head football coach. We've got an excellent recruiting class in place right now. We've got a lot of exciting things happening in our program. This has been a tough year. We're all disappointed. In no way am I trying to move the focus off of that. We're disappointed. We're a 4-8 football team, and we're not happy about it. But we're going to go back to work tomorrow.
Kyle, if you were talking to the fans right now, how would you tell them that the program's headed in the right direction?
Well, I think when you're talking about the direction of a program, you can't just look at 1 year. I think you got to look at a body of work, and you got to look at the young players that are in the program. And if you take a look at this football team and how many of these players are going to come back next year, you feel great. I don't really want to feel great right now. I'm really disappointed in today. I'm not happy about today. So I don't really want to feel great right now. But your question is about the direction. And I look at all the young players that contributed this year and got a lot of great experience. And there's some growing pains when you do that. But we're going to reap the rewards of that.
You said you don't want to blame the young players. When will you begin evaluating your assistant coaches?
It's way too emotional right now to even think about that.
Without making a bowl game this year, what changes in terms of what you're going to be able to do this December?
We're going to hit the road recruiting. I'm going to hit the road tomorrow. I'll be out at a Long Island championship game tomorrow to watch somebody play, and we're gonna hit the road immediately and spend our time, the time we would spend, practicing, we won't need to do that, so we're gonna spend it on the road recruiting when we can.
Coach Tyler Croft left early last year. Will you spend any time re-recruiting any underclassmen? Do you foresee any guys declaring for the NFL draft?
It's not really about re-recruiting them. To me, it's about the best decision for their family. Tyler made a decision he thought was best for his family. It seems to have worked out pretty well. He seems to be in a good place in Cincinnati. Leonte made a decision that he thought was best for his family. I think ultimately, when we see where he is drafted and what the reports last year were of where he could have been drafted, I think ultimately that'll be a good decision for him as well. And any player that has an interest in pursuing that, I think it's important they get evaluated by the NFL. I think that's an excellent process. They've done a good job of fine-tuning that process to make it really good, and then make the best decision for their family. We want to help them do that. So my job, my role in that process, really just to provide them as much information as I can.
And just to follow up with Leonte Carew, he had a great day today. You think about the Rutgers legacy, Kenny Britt and Brandon Coleman, Mohamed Sanu, now Leonte Carew. Will you use that as a recruiting tool for other receivers?
When you recruit a position, that part of the conversation always comes up. The players in the past that have come through your system and really what they've developed into on the other side.
Is there any
Two
one
more
player
questions.
moving forward that you think is going to take a leadership role next year?
Well, certainly Darius. Darius will be back with us. We expect him to be back with us. We don't control that process. It's a conference process, but my experience tells me that that'll go the way he wants it to go, and that he'll get his redshirt year, and he'll be a 3-time captain here. So it'll begin with him. We've had a lot of other players that I think have stepped up this year as upperclassmen now and are moving in that direction.
Just a reaction.
Final question. Youth on the team, a lot of freshmen playing. Obviously, injuries wore the depth thin. What would you say about the secondaries play, especially the younger players throughout the course of the year?
I think they played like a young secondary. At times, I thought they made plays and they flashed and they did some really good things. But it's hard for young players to play at a high level consistently. It's just really hard for them. So, I'm pleased with how they've continued to work. They've never allowed themselves to get frustrated. They've continued to work, and now as we go through the off season, it's going to be important that they continue to do that as well.
What was your reaction to the fans booing when Chris came back in after he got knocked out?
I don't react to it. I thought, I thought Chris reacted to it. I think as he matures, he's not going to react to it. But I don't think it affected his play at all, and that's the most important thing.
What about his play?
Go ahead, Ryan.
I said, what about his play, Chris's play?
Well, without looking at it on the film, you're just on the surface. 344 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. The interception at the beginning of the second half, he left the ball inside a little bit. You'd like to see Andre knock that down, so it's not an interception. But I thought he played well today. Thank you.